Hey guys, I just wanted to share a quick thought that I had. In reading my personal development the last few days, I've been reading a few different books, and there's three principles that kind of coincide with each other. Um, One is from Stephen R. Covey's book, The Habits of Highly Successful People. And one of the things that he talks about in there that successful people do is they begin with the end in mind. So they imagine what either it's the end of their life, what they want to be remembered by, or anyway, that's one principle. The other one I learned at a Tony Robbins event where he talks about there's power in proximity. So who you surround yourself with will, it's the idea of being close to those people that are inspiring to you will help you to inspire others. And then the last one is that you are the sum of the five people that you spend your most time with. And so, as I was thinking about that, starting with that last principle that I talked about first, is that you're the sum of the five people that you spend the most time with. Is that we usually, when we think of that idea or that principle, we usually think of ourselves, of who are we spending the most time with so we can grow and become better. And if we're not in that stage of our life or whatever, then it's not that big a deal. But as I was doing that and being a father, I thought about my kids, and I thought about the five people that they spend their most time with is their parents and their brothers and sisters. And that's their five people, their circle of influence, until they get to be teenagers, and most of them until they end up leaving home at around 18. And so I thought about that for myself, and there's power in proximity. You can't get any closer than living with somebody. And so then I thought about that first principle of beginning with the end in mind, of what do I want my kids to be when they are older, and what do I want them to grow into, and to see, and how I want them to see themselves and to see the world they live in. And I realized that they don't get a choice to, at least until they're into their high school years, they don't really get a choice who they have for their five people, for their circle of influence. They're born into a family, and that's who they get. And so really the choice lies within, as the leader of the family, the parents, the father and the mother, or whoever it is that leads the family, to cultivate what the rest of the family is, and how they are with each other, and what the view of the world is. And so I realized that my choices to grow and to be the person that I want my kids to grow into, really, when it was applied to me, as it pertains to the relationship with my kids, it really hit home that the choices that I make in my life matter. My kids don't have the choice of going out and choosing, of searching and finding a sphere of influence that's going to make them better. That's my job for the next 18 years. And so I just want to drive home and relay the point that I felt in the last few days, that it's important that we are growing ourselves into the people that we want our kids to grow themselves into, and that we are emulating the people that we want our kids to grow up to be. So if we begin with the end in mind, we write down a list of the attributes that we want our kids to have when they have to go out and face the world on their own and be grown-ups. We need to start progressing towards that in our lives. Do we want our kids to grow up and be complainers, and to be whining to the government about not getting enough? Do we want them to grow up and be the people on Facebook that are constantly posting negative stuff? Do we want the people that just take and never give? What do we want our kids to be? And if we want our kids to be that, then we need to start being that now, because we are the people that they're going to grow into be. And so anyway, I just wanted to share that with you. Hope you get something out of this. I know I have. Anyway, make it a great day. Thanks.